everyone, this is Candace. Welcome back to day 22 of my 100-day health challenge. I am back and feeling better to an extent. I have a lot more energy today, even if I'm still really drained and exhausted. My brain is having problems focusing today, so I don't know, this is probably gonna be a little short and sweet because I literally have started this video multiple times and have said the weirdest things, not even weirdest things. I'm already doing it again. My brain is not focusing. I'm like in this weird, suddenly hyperactive state, but I think it's just because I'm so tired that I'm like, now. And I've been trying to avoid taking a nap because I don't want to go to bed. Well, okay. Oh my goodness, I'm doing it again. All right, so let's pause. And I'm not gonna start this again. I'm just gonna go from here, whatever happens. Okay, so I am so exhausted. I get a little bit like weird energy at some points. I don't think I've done this in quite a while. I did this a lot in college when I would stay up so late and would be so drained that it was almost like I was in this hyperactive state. And that's not really a good thing. Like, I don't know why this is so, I think everything's just funny in this state. But I'm actually really excited and energetic right now, and yet I'm at the same time so exhausted and drained. I really need to sleep, but I did not want to go to bed yet because I have had really poor sleep because of being sick. My sleep was already off track and it was slowly getting better, and then I got sick and it is off the charts bad right now. So I am trying everything I can to stay up right now and just last until bedtime and go to bed and hopefully sleep. I've been having a lot of trouble getting to sleep, so I'm trying a couple different things today to hopefully help actually get to bed. But that's like the next thing that I'm worrying about here. But anyways, I am really excited to keep going and to continue. I'm only 3 days away from my quarter goal, which is fantastic. I'm really excited about that. And I hope that, no matter what my weight loss looks like in the next days, I'm just so excited that I'm here. I think this is one of the, as sad as this is, I think this is one of the longest challenges I've done in a long time because I just haven't felt like I could do it. And because I believed I couldn't do it, I couldn't do it. And I wouldn't even try to start doing it. And so I am very excited to see what happens. I know there's gonna be some plateaus I start to hit in my weight loss, right? You're gonna lose a bunch and then it's kind of gonna plateau. And I know I can't explain all the science of that like right this minute, but there is this truth that there are gonna be different things you have to change gradually over time. One thing gets into place and then another is going to have to be fixed. So, this is if you're having any kind of health challenge, really, not even just weight, but especially weight, there are so many layers to it that you're gonna have to take some time to do one thing at a time, improve it, stabilize, move on to the next, and continue doing it. So, and I know that probably sounds, well, I know to me, sometimes that sounds so overwhelming because I want to right at the beginning think, oh my gosh, I've got 50 things that I need to do to get my health right. But that's not true. I have one thing I need to do to get my health right. And that's whatever I choose as a priority, one step at a time. Don't believe the lie that you have to do all 50 or 60 steps right this minute, right? There's no way. If you're like me, I have been like this for years and years. And no matter what I've tried, it's not changed. And so it's a process. It's going to take time and it's going to take step by step. So first thing I would say is don't give up on taking yourself as priority, but then two, take it step at a time. So as I look where I was sick, I'm kind of doing a reset. So I'm still in my 100-day challenge. I still have my goals. I still have the things I'm hoping to do, but I've had to reset a little bit because I had an entire week where I was sick and drained and couldn't do a lot of the things that I should have done. I have not always made the best choices this weekend, even though I'm healing. You would think, right, that I'm healing, I should probably continue really super healthy habits. Well, yes and no. I have had some moments of, for example, I ended up eating like an extra portion last night. Like, I mean, not just like a portion, let's just be honest. It was like eating the equivalent of one of the meals that I was gonna have today, because I was just so like, I'm done, I need to eat something. And whether or not I was truly hungry or not was not really the point. It was kind of this just like, I need the food right now. And like, so I did. And it was probably not the best choice, right? Because I basically raided my fridge, and it wasn't binge eating. That's not what it was. But what it was looking and kind of saying, I'm not gonna wait on this, I'm gonna do it now. And part of that was because I couldn't get to sleep. And so I was like, well, what's the point? I might as well eat. Probably should have chosen a different path on that one. I've also in the last couple days had coffee way too late. And I know you're automatically say, well, no wonder you're having sleep problems. Well, yes, but that's not why, because I hadn't been doing that. I just had this moment where, again, it was like an emotional comfort thing. I was frustrated thinking about all the thousands of things I have to do and that now I have to catch up on. And it was, I'm gonna say in this instance, it's not always this way, but in this instance, I went to what is something kind of comforting that can help me as I'm working on stuff, or just since I can't sleep, what can I do? Well, it was some coffee. So I got some coffee, and I had one was a healthier creamer. It's a dairy-free, sugar-free one. And then of course, though I had some left over because I hadn't thrown it away yet. I didn't get rid of it like I said I would. I had some really sweet, like flavored frou-frou creamer, and I definitely put that in my coffee and was like, oh, I should not have done that. So I've eliminated most sugar over the last few weeks, but I definitely had two of those moments where I was like, oh, great. And can I just say, oh my goodness. So I know I'm rambling all over the place. Oh, straighten my glasses there. I am really all over the place today, guys, and I'm sorry. I am just in a bizarre state of mind, I think. I'm recovering. I'm just going to use that as my excuse. So I have not been perfect at all. I was so ticked off on Friday night. Oh, it's almost embarrassing. I mean, I was that person that was trying so hard to be nice, but was like in my brain thinking of all the things I would really love to say in that moment. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so hypocritical right this moment in time. And I literally had to just be like stop, because I was so, and I'm so glad that I didn't get out of hand to the person I was talking to, because I would have really regretted that, because I don't think that's right. It's never the person that you're, okay, so to explain the situation, I had an order that, a grocery delivery order, and I should have known better from the start not to order that late at night, but I've done it before and I thought it would be fine. And I had been so tired during the day and was still sick that I wasn't sure I could even stomach some of the stuff. But when I found that I was feeling better Friday afternoon, I realized there was still a time slot of 8 to 10 p.m. where they could deliver an order. So I went ahead and put my order together for just some simple groceries, because I'm also traveling this week. So I just got some simple groceries, had my list, and I was like, okay, it's fine. Even if it gets here late, usually it gets here on the early end, but even if it's like at 10 or close to 10, it'll be okay. Well, I ignored it for a while and it was fine. 8 o'clock came, 9 o'clock came, and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be all right. Anytime now they're gonna tell me they're out for delivery. Well, no, it wasn't. By 9:30, I was really nervous because they hadn't even left the store yet. Like there hadn't been an update. Like my order was packed, but there was no update on that they'd left the store or anything. And so I was getting a little nervous, and I was like, okay, it's like usually 15, 20 minutes delivery. So I'm gonna give it about 10 more minutes or so. Still nothing. So I was like, okay, I gotta contact somebody now and decide where my order is, because the store closes at 10 and I don't know that they deliver past that. So I went to the help section and was looking for a phone number, but then I didn't really want to call anybody because I figured nobody's in office. I'm going to get an AI. So I was like, I really don't want to deal with this right now. So I was like, oh, I'll pull up the chat box, because apparently there are actually people I can chat with. Okay, so then that was a mistake too. I should have just called and seen if there was a live person to talk to. Instead, I got the AI chat, which, oh boy, that is fantastic. I was already really not happy at that point, because I'm like, oh great, the AI chat box, which they can't even understand you sometimes when you call because it's automated. And if you don't sound exactly like they want you to, how their recording is made. And I know they're made that way, but oh, come on. So, but not only that, but now I'm like, there's these prescribed questions with selections. I couldn't even type in an answer because it's an AI. So it was like, what can I help you with? Order or something else. I was like, okay, order. And then it was like, what can I help you with? Lost item or blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, but where's like the whole order is missing? I was so mad. So I wasn't feeling well, but I was already a little cranky at this point. It was late. I was tired and exhausted. Not an excuse, but boy, I was not having it. And so I'm like, okay, great. So I can't select the fact that my whole order is missing. I have to pick one item. And then so I was like, no, something else. I picked that because I was thinking, oh, maybe they have an option for all of it. No. You had to pick like the specific item that was mentioned or missing. And I was like, okay, but the whole thing's missing. So I clicked out of that and it said, oh, okay, like as if, it's like, okay, it's something else. And so finally I get down this chat thing and it's like, can I connect you to an agent or assistant or whatever? And I'm like, yes, give me a live human being that I can talk to. All right, well, and they were so nice. Like I was a lot more patient in the beginning. They did have to connect me to like 2 or 3 different departments and finally got to a person who was able to look up the status of my order. And they said, oh, well, it's just delayed. Like it's at the store. And I said, well, but the store closes at 10. So are they going to be able to still get me my order? And he said, oh yeah, we do it. It's separate, basically was the gist of it. They have a separate storage location where they put all the refrigerated and pantry stuff. And then they just go and pick it up and deliver it. So they can do it even if the store is closed, or I'm sure they have a key and stuff too, whatever it is. Probably a, password door. I don't know. But anyways, so I was like, okay, yay, this is great. And he's like, can you wait till midnight? Or an hour. That was what it was, an hour. I'm like, I really wanted to just in that moment be like, no. Like, the only reason I stayed up for this was because I was sure it would be here before 10 or by 10 so that I could actually eat something and then I could just go to bed. But it's already 11:30 by the time I'm figuring out, or no, it was already 11:15 by the time I was figuring out to this point. And so I'm like, okay, an hour. All right, that's not bad. Okay, it'll be like, so I asked him a bunch of follow-up questions just to make sure I was understanding correctly. And he said, yeah, just an hour. It'll probably be there by like 11:30. So I was like, okay, fine. All right, an hour. That's not bad. It is what it is, and I shouldn't be getting so worked up about it. I'm just, but again, I was just tired and I was not feeling well still. I had still been sick that day. It was not as bad, but I just was not feeling well at all. I was drained, I was tired, I was miserable. I had been running out of food, essentially, and I was trying to get enough so that I could, make sure I'm getting enough nourishment. I was trying to get some like plain chicken and some rice and some just plain things to hopefully, but with a little bit extra protein so that I could be encouraging the nutrition and nourishment in recovery, because I knew I was coming to the end of, I still had Saturday, Sunday where I was pretty miserable and I was drained today, but that was the whole point, right? It was the whole point. And so I'm like, you know what, I've come this far, let's just do it. And so I wait and I wait. And I'm starting to get nervous when there's no indication that someone's out for delivery. I waited until midnight and was like, okay, I'm gonna have to cancel the order. And so literally I had to get on the chat again. Oh, the chat, y'all. It was miserable. The people were so nice. And so it's not their fault, guys. It really is not. Like the people were doing everything they could to help me. I was just so frustrated, so tired, so drained, feeling so sick. I wanted to just eat something that was not, well, actually I had pretty much run out of groceries and I was right at the edge of what I had. And I just didn't want to eat something that was not going to be good and make me sick again. So I had gotten some plain chicken and some yogurt and yogurt for later because I couldn't stomach it at the moment, but some rice and some plain little like rice type noodles. And I just was like, I just want my food. Like, I just want to eat a little something and go to bed. And I was so just tired and frustrated at that point. And, but I still managed to be polite. It wasn't their fault. I wasn't mad at them. I was trying so hard to just, I was to the point and like, please tell me, like, we've got to figure this out. Because the other thing was, I thought it had already been charged on my credit card. And so I was concerned that like I was already getting charged and then I wouldn't be able to reorder again tomorrow, even if I did have the order. So finally we got to the point where they were like, they're probably not going to deliver it tonight. If it delivers, then you'll be charged. If not, they'll refund it automatically tomorrow. And I said, oh, so it hasn't been charged yet. And yeah, sure enough, it had not been charged. It was just on hold still. So it hadn't gone through like I thought it had. And so, because I know there's a certain amount of time they put it on hold for to authorize the card, but I thought for sure because they'd already packed it and everything and they were supposed to already be out for delivery. It turned out it was a driver emergency. I have no idea what the emergency was. And that actually made me feel like, oh, okay, I really hope they're okay. And if we'll hope they're okay first, and then I hope nothing's wrong with, family or car or anything like that. But so anyways, it was just one of those moments where I was like, but not my proudest because I stressed myself so bad, so bad. And so I was already feeling miserable. That probably did not contribute to good restful sleep. So anyways, then on Saturday, I killed a massive spider in the garage. I was not happy about that. It was disgusting. It was awful. I walked out my door and this massive spider sitting like over, fortunately it was on the floor. I was on the step right outside the garage door. But it was a big wolf spider, and I'm glad it was not a black widow, but I do not like when they sneak up on you. So I'm glad I saw it, but it was big. Oh, I hate wolf spiders. And so I did end up killing it. So disgusting. Ugh. I don't know. Maybe you have no problem with that. I just, but I was not happy about that. So I was just a little bit of a cranky brat, like nobody to get affected by it but me. But that was the thing. I was being a brat about it and it was only affecting me anyways. I was not rude to anybody though. I'm glad about that. Because again, it's never their fault, right? There's times it could be their fault, but this case, not their fault at all. They're there to help you. So be nice. But I was just so tired and so done. And so this weekend has been fun, lots of fun adventures. I'm kind of rushing through that because I'm starting to get tired. I'm very much starting to crash now and I need to go eat something and try to do what I can to get to bed early tonight and everything. But it's been a trial this week, a really big trial, like so frustrating. And it was kind of the perfect storm setup for my immune system to be low to catch things. And so, but anyways, there's a lot more I could talk about. I am though, really, I have to be honest, I am starting to feel a little bit drained though, and I need to go eat. So, because I need to keep up my energy and health as I'm recovering, or I won't end up recovering a lot easily. Words are still not coming. I need my nourishment so that my energy is up and my immune system doesn't get worse instead of better. There we go. Summarized. You all are like, how are you a teacher? And I'm like, this is Monday mouth. The Monday mouth right here is like blah, 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 blah. Or this is more like I've been sick for a week and I don't know how to communicate to humans anymore. So you guys are like, she's crazy. If you stop watching my channel at this point, like, that's fine. Well, not really, I'll be sad. But anyways, this has probably been like the weirdest video I've done of myself so far. I'm putting myself out there for sure. Whether this is a good idea or not, I'm not sure at this point. I have literally interrupted myself and had to start over multiple times. And I know I can talk fast sometimes when I get excited and energetic, but this is a little beyond that. Like, because when I teach, I know I can't be like, because a lot of the stuff I talk about is very detailed, like terms and vocabulary terms that a lot of my kiddos haven't ever heard before. And so, because I teach world history, so it's like, well, then with drama, it's all about, rhetoric and all the fun, crazy maybe that's why I'm a drama teacher. I'm just crazy. Let's just leave it at that. I'm absent-minded because I'm a history professor. I'm not oh my goodness, I'm not even a history professor. I'm a history teacher. I'm not a professor. I'm like an absent-minded professor though right now. So I guess that's where that came from. Oh, I just need to stop talking. See, this is why I need to stop videoing today and go to bed. Or not even go to bed yet. I need to just go do something else that doesn't involve human interaction because this is not going well. And I'm not even right in front of a human at this moment in time. So yeah, you all are probably done with this by this point. If you're still watching, you guys are awesome. Kudos to you, because this is a doozy. But anyways, whoo, I think I just went through like a million topics and my brain is all over the place and I just need to stop. So I promise I'm actually gonna stop now. I will talk more tomorrow and have a more coherent video. Guys, I hope you be you, right? But you know, the truth is there's those days where you're like, why did I do that? What was going on in my brain at the time that seemed like a good idea? And today I'm wondering, why did this seem like a good idea? Maybe I should have filmed this when I was a little bit more coherent, looking a little bit less like a mess, looking around. And I think I've had multiple people actually, like, I've talked to people today, but it's been more, I don't even know, my words are gone. It's been a good day, right? Like, I had a good class. I had to miss drama this morning because I was still so drained and bleh feeling, and but I did get there for later classes and that was totally fine. I mean, I was bummed to miss it though. They're hilarious. They're so good. They're such good actors and actresses, and to watch them grow as they're going, it's been great. But they're just growing as professional actors as they go along. They're secondary, but they're still very good at what they're doing. And so it's fun to watch them and mentor them and help them come out of their shells a little bit and watch them. They're doing a hilarious comedy, classic, but I'm so excited to see where they go with that. But history class was good too, although they weren't super thrilled because we have a test on Thursday. I hate giving tests, let's just be honest. Like, every time I do a test, I'm like, no, the point of this is to teach you how to take a test. And yes, I want to have some kind of data to like decide where we are at and stuff, but it's really not always 100% accurate so I try to put a lot of practical application. Well, I just moved into like education. Here, we'll call this occupational health though, because this is my vocation. My education is my job. So, but anyways, I try to make tests where this is also good for you too. It's important for us to, when we're doing tests, to realize that fact is good, but that's not really the important. It's so what? Why does it matter? So this is actually applicable to health too. You can do all the research you want in the world. You can look at all the fat diets in the world. You can look at all the little gimmicks and the pills and the supplements and the detoxes and the juices and all that. And those work for different people. That's great. But the what is not what matters. It's the why. The why. Are you doing this gimmicky thing because someone told you to? Because it looked great on TV at 2 a.m. in the morning, an infomercial? Probably not the best decision. Or is this a long thought out, like you did the research and you thought, why would this be the best choice for me? It's a good question. I mean, that's what I tell my students. Why is what matters. It's not the what. You can know all the facts in the world and still not know why it matters and why it has relevance to the world around you, why it impacts you, why it's important in your life. So that's actually, okay, roundabout, came and brought that, I tied somehow that back into what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. But no, seriously though, I've actually had to think through that too, of like, there are so many things you can do. People have told me all the time, do this, do this, do this, do this, try this, try this, try this, try this. There's a point at which you've got to think, okay, that's not the root of the problem. The root of the problem is, why am I having difficulty with this? And then how can I fix that? What can I use, and why would I use that method or that tool to help my health? And that's why it's different for everyone. But the same basic principles apply. If you don't know why you're doing this, you won't have the passion to push through. You won't, and if your why is not greater than your fears, you won't push through. Or you have to think of other ways to overcome fears. And so the why is so critical. But then along with that, it's also the, why would I use this for me? Okay, and how is this going to benefit me over maybe this thing here? Because again, there's the basic foundations. We have our basic areas of health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, social, that could also be like relational health. We have, financial, we have vocational or occupational, we have environmental. These are all these areas of health that they remain the same, How they apply to each person is totally different. Same thing with the foundations of, for example, nutrition and good supplementation, rest and stress management, movement and metabolic function. Those are foundational principles to being healthy, to living a balanced life. But how those are applied are different person to person. And why you do something matters. And so I would just encourage you today, find the why, and show up for it, even when you're kind of a crazy person in the moment. And I seriously, part of me just doesn't even want to this video I've been kind of crazy on, but this is me. I get excited, I get ups and downs, and yes, part of this is just because I'm so tired. I'm a little bit extra hyper at the moment, but I think it's all relevant to realize why does it matter to you? Why is it important to you? Why would you do this for you? Why would it matter to you? Why would it matter to anyone else? Why would it matter that you need to do this health area over this one? Do you need to focus on mental health or intellectual health before physical health? Do you need to do physical health before you focus on financial health? Or are you good in those areas and you need to do financial health before you do occupational health? Or is it occupational health so that you can do financial health? It's different person to person, but the foundations still apply. But I think that all takes time to look at what your life is like. So maybe I'll talk more about that later. I'm sure I will, actually. I will definitely talk about it more later. But I should probably wrap this up because I'm still all over the place. And I don't even know what I'm going to title this video because I try to make it so that it's something I'm sharing with you that I'm learning that I hope will help you. But I have been all over the place in this video, but maybe since I kind of ended up talking about the why it matters and why do we do what we do, because there's reasons behind why I am the way I am. And that's not a bad thing. So, all right. Well, that's enough philosophical and fluffing things and turning it around back on itself and trying to make sense out of my crazy brain. I really do. It's been something to look at some of the things that you'd think I would have learned after all this time. I mean, I'm not even that old, but you'd think after this amount of time, you'd have some things figured out, but life is a journey and that's what makes it exciting. If I can go cliff jumping and into waters in the middle of nowhere, and if I can swim with sharks and all the fun things, I guess I can do this too. So, all right, you guys, I am going to wrap this up so I can go and gain some sanity back. I really need to stop talking now. But I hope you guys are having a great day. I really do. And I hope that you are figuring out your why and why it matters to you, because you are the most important person in this moment in time, in this journey that you're taking. It's about you, and it's not a selfish thing. In this instance, it's not selfish to be concerned about your own health, because in that way, you honor yourself, you honor the Creator, and then you honor the people that you have been blessed to have in your life, and every person you will come into contact with because of a better longevity in your life and the better blessing and capability to serve others. And so it's not selfish in this instance to treat yourself well and to maintain healthy living and balance so that you can put that forward and take care of others and make a difference in the lives of people around you. So, all right, we'll stop there for today. I will talk more to you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Bye.